Good morning. Hello, how is everyone? It's Laura from Craft and See with Laura B. How are you doing? It is December 23rd, if you can believe that. So I have a really quick project. Hopefully it will be really quick. And hopefully you can hear me. I am using an external mic. So I don't know how this is going to work, but we shall see. Anyway, I'm going to make an infinity card. Infinity card. Good night, nurse. I cannot say that. I originally saw it on Jen's RT Inclinations. I always want to say creations, but it's inclinations. And the video was titled Interactive Infinity Journal Card. I will link this, obviously. I also ended up finding Einat, E-I-N-A-T, Kessler, and her video is titled 2 Ways to Make Infinity Cards. It's easy, it's simple, it's just a little bit fiddly with how you fold it. The secret is making sure your folds are obviously even, your creases are even, and that you use your bone folder, excuse my reach, and really flatten those creases. I know there's a technical name for it, but I have forgotten what it is. Now it is not super early, but my brain is not engaged. Excuse me if I hit the camera. Now, because I can't fold anything straight, or cut, or draw, or anything straight, I use my scoreboard to make it a little bit easier. But basically what you're going to do, I should show you the finished project. That's what I should do. And here is the finished product of one of them. And I decorated each one. You don't have to do this, and it doesn't necessarily lie flat, as you can see. You know, it kind of... Anyway, but the whole point is... I'm going to stand up so I know it goes like this. And then you just keep unfolding it. And then you unfold it again. And then you unfold it again. And then you just keep going. Because you take a little step forward, or take a step back. Take a step forward, take a step... Wait, are you... Sorry, hang on just a moment. Quit eating stuff off the floor. Go. Sorry, that was my dog. And she was hoovering something off the floor. So anyway, I did decorate with some stickers. And glitter and stuff. Looking back, it's pretty, but it sure doesn't lie as flat as it could. And I'm trying to find one that I didn't decorate. And see the difference in how it folds, it lies. So, anyway, so that is what we're going to do. So what I'm going to use the scoreboard to do, because it is easier for me, is you're going to fold it in half, and then you're going to fold each end into that middle fold. So what I'm going to do is score it. Now I have used... Actually, I'm not going to score it because I used off measurement, and I'm bad at math. I'm not very good at math, so it's difficult for me to do the division, and I'm on camera, and so now my brain's going to fail. But basically, you fold into the middle. And see, this is where I get really, really up in my head. And oh my gosh, it's like a micro, less than a hair off. Oh, gotta start all over again. I know, I'm bad. So, now, fold it in half. What you want is a square. Obviously, for the purposes of folding, larger is better. Meaning you don't want to have it too tiny, because this is 8.5, and I believe I did 8 inches squares. So they do, you know, they get small, and you don't want it so small you can't do anything with it. But hey, having said that, if you can, go for it. So I'm just checking with this that I have not gone over my crease and everything can still fold and unfold. And you obviously want to use double-sided paper. This is, paper I'm using is Christmas Lights. See how that is just slightly not off the center? That's going to drive me nuts. By Vintage by Me. I believe this is who the Christmas papers, Christmas Lights, I believe is what it's called. I will try to remember as soon as I'm done folding this one little thing to okay. So it folds. My table is not straight. And I have a problem. I cut these on my big guillotine trimmer, but my issue with all trimmers is, well, A, they're not, I can never seem to get them to fold straight. And B is, I have a hard time seeing across this way and this way, and so mine doesn't have any, other than one lip at the top, it doesn't have any way to stabilize your paper. So I have a really hard time seeing if I'm straight all ways that I'm supposed to be, and it just drives me nuts. So, as you see, I folded everything, folded it in half, folded it again into the middle, making very sure that my lines are straight as possible. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. So, now that I've done it this way, I am going to go ahead and ink, which I didn't think about. So let me try to paw through my inks without making a huge, terrible racket. Actually, I might not even need to. There's what I'm looking for. That's what I want. Try not to knock the camera. I don't want that one. Don't want that one. I would like to, after the first of the year, get a better... and what I was looking for wasn't even where I was looking for it at. So, red is my favorite color, but we'll use green on this side. So I'm going to ink so it makes it easier. And you really don't necessarily need to ink in the middle, this middle part right here, and I'll show you why when we get there. But it does make it easier to see. You know, and all obviously, if you're not an inking type person, you don't have to. But to me, it doesn't look the same if you don't ink. It doesn't look, it looks wrong. It just looks wrong. Make sure I'm still, okay, I have not knocked myself out of the frame completely. Okay, so also, again, you know, because this is double-sided, so make sure all your sides are looking the way you want them to. Because I'm going to do this before we go on to the next folding step, because you're going to fold it both ways. And if that... I had thought that this was going to be the hardest project. It is not. It looks more complicated than it is. For me, it's the whole even thing. I get it in my head that it's not straight. It's not perfectly straight, and therefore I start freaking out. And then, so, we've done that way. And so now we're going to go back and go the other way. Again, we're going to fold in half. Hope I'm getting... No, don't move. Come on now. Come on. Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and fly right. So how are you all doing? I hope whatever you're doing this weekend, you're ready for it. Everybody's doing well, excited, ready for the day off. So we folded it in half. And then we're going fold it in half towards the middle again. That's how I'll do that one. That's how I'll do that one. Let's see if that works out. Sorry, I get to thinking. Yep, I'm done. I've decided this. I've got a couple more quick videos, another video what I want to do. And it's not necessarily Christmas. This does not have to be for Christmas. This is just, see how it's, didn't quite do that one very well. I'm hoping that by squishing it that way, it worked. Now this is a thing that I never, I've done these, they work out well, but they are a little bit finicky on your folding. Again, with the whole even thing. I'm just, okay, just stop it. Wait, just stop it. Sometimes I have to tell myself to leave it. Because nothing is perfect. See, this one just isn't quite as centralized as I think it could be. I'm just going to leave it. Okay. So, here we go. We're going to ink. Now what I could have done is inked on different color inks on either side. You know what I'm saying? So one side you do red, one side you do green, whatever your colors are. I just thought of that. So the reason I'm not inking as much here is because you really aren't going to need it. And you'll see in just a moment, because I'm fixing to get ready to cut. Just trying to make sure that all of my edges are inked. Not just inked, but all of my folds are really well flattened. So you're going to go take your paper, fold it every which way that you can. What you're doing is making little squares. Little square here, square, square, square. You want to make sure that those are lying as flat as possible. That your folds are as even as you can get them. Okay, so then what you do, the easiest way, I have found, and this is why we inked, and you didn't necessarily need to waste the ink in the middle, but, you know, in my opinion, it's just a little tiny bit of ink. But, hey, so you're going to take it, and what you want to do is fold it in half and cut out the middle 4 squares. 2 on this side and the 2 on that side. So that you will have a big old hole in the middle of your paper. Up to that line, flip it over. Because I'm hopelessly right-handed and I can't see very well to cut the opposite direction. And yes, I know that the challenges of you lefties out there. My son is a lefty and my father is a lefty, so. Which we always fought growing up when we go out to a restaurant with a booth of who had to sit with my dad. Because of course he always wanted to sit on the outside of the booth. And that meant that, you know, you were going to run into him. So here's our middle. So I'm going to ink real quick where the paper no longer is. To make sure I've got it. Because, you know, I like to ink. Ink, ink. Green, green, it's green, they say on the far side of the hill. Scooby-Dooby, suck it to me. I don't know if anybody remembers that. I can't remember when or where I learned it. I always assume Illinois just because we spent a few years there when I was little, learning language. Okay, so what you are going to do. Now, I am going to use double-sided tape, which I have right here. I just hate how it gets so gunky on the ends. But whatever glue you use, adhesive, you want it to lie flat. And you don't want a whole bunch of squidges everywhere. I think that's what it's called, squidges. So, you're going to go top left, bottom right. Top left, bottom right. Now, conversely, you could go top right, bottom left, top right, bottom left. It doesn't matter. As long as you do the opposite, I'm going to do top left to bottom right. As long as you just do the two edges like this. My yucky cod. Dirty with glue. I probably should clean it. Oh. Oh well, that's going to fold over, so it doesn't really matter. But you do want it as flat as possible. Probably should stop using this card on camera because it does have my face on it. Oh, what is it with these things? Is not that one. It's like I have a million of them. Here we go. There. But then you realize when you start doing this on film, it's like, oh, maybe using my old insurance cards is not a good idea. Considering it has, you know, has your information on there and all that good stuff. And all that jazz. So, I don't know if you want to know anything about me, one thing I am is a big old movie geek. Movie, TV. So I just start spouting off randomness. Random quotes. So I just have, if I can find them, these cheap little dollar tree, $1.25 store things, and these bend really easy, as you can see. And then the little tiny tip bent too, so it's really not good for a whole lot. Now this one I got the tape right on the very, very fold edge, so I'm scooting it back just a little bit in case, just in case, because I definitely don't want it catching. Now, like I said, you can decorate these. Jen did. I have, but it is not necessary, and you do not have to. And I've discovered if you do anything like you put glitter or wet glue on it or anything, it does tend to, I'm stuck, add bulk and not want to lie flat, even when you squish them. But I just have squishing problems because Candace squishes her stuff flat all the time, and mine never come out flat. They always still remain bowed. And, oops, and I don't use complete crap ton. Okay, so we're orienting ourselves to the right side. Up, north, south. So you're going to take this, and you're going to fold it up. And you want to make sure that you are getting to the edge and not going over. And the same thing here. You're going to take this top part. Come on now. That's what happens when you don't have any fingernails left. And you're going to fold this down. Make sure it's flat. Where did my bone folder go? You want to, all of you that have the one that pushes, the one like this that, you know, has that, I don't know what it's called. I have it on my favorites, or not my favorites, my wish list on Amazon, one of my Amazon wish lists. Because I would like to try it. It seems like it would be a lot easier to do like this, but I obviously have arthritis, and putting that much pressure on these knuckles, it's not that fun. So, we are going to do, again, what we did. Now, we can turn it this way, or we can turn it this way. It really does not matter. We could even, if we wanted, not do that, because you have to have the open flappy. So you're going to take the open flap, and you're going to do the same thing. Now I'm just going to, you're going to do top outer corner, bottom outer corner. You know, like opposite. So top left, bottom right, top right, bottom left. Just remember that. If you do the top left, you have to do the bottom right. If you do the bottom right, you have to do the top left. If that made any sense, because I think I just lost myself in my words. In my words. Oh, I have not even watched any of my Christmas shows. Not that I have many. But, you know, I did tape A Year Without Santa Claus because I love the Miser Brothers. I'm Mr. Heat Miser. I'm Mr. Fun. Da, 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 yeah, he's just, yeah. I'm Mr. 101. So I better stop singing that before I get in copyright trouble. That's one of my favorites. I do enjoy A Christmas Story because, you know, gonna shoot your eye out, kid. That kind of thing. And I do enjoy other Christmas movies, but it's a matter of being able to find them, if you can even find them, and watch them without paying an arm and a leg anymore. I've noticed that the streaming platforms are far too many. It's like, you know, oh, you pay cable, but oh, you want to watch this show, now you got to pay this price. You know, now you, oh, but this one, it costs this much. And I was telling somebody that I was watching NCIS New Orleans on Paramount Plus. I was doing a free trial. And I was really into it. I don't know if it was season 3, season 4. It's at the end. And dude, it went from the second to the last episode on season whatever. So like, you know, say there's 22 episodes. It showed episode 21. And then the next episode they had was the next season, episode 4. 4. I was so livid. It's like, really? That's how you're going to do me? So I canceled it right at my free right away. I'm like, I ain't paying you for anything. Jerks. So now we are done. Now let's see, the proof is in the pudding. Let's see how it works. So you are going to have to train your paper sometimes to do what you want it to do. Now if you have folded and cut correctly, yay! You have liftoff. Here we go. See if we can get it back to the right way. Not quite. Not quite. Almost. Let's see. There's the right way with that. And there we are. We have the right way and the right way. Now this one was fairly non-directional. It had stockings going every which way. But here you are. Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a basic infinity card. And now you can do whatever you want with it. I think I'm just going to leave this plain. Because he's so pretty. Maybe I'll do the, I did this on some Christmas cards as well. Take some, diamond, what's the other one? Crystal. It doesn't really matter. But anyway, I have some stickles. And we can just do this. Now, of course, when you decorate this page and that page, but then you still have to turn it and make sure you do them all, if you want. Like I said, it's up to you. And see how it kind of wants to stick once in a while? That's okay. You just have to train it. It's just a matter of, oh yeah, letting the paper know this is what I want you to do, where I want you to go. And these are not my words. I swear to you, these are what Jen and Inat have said. probably verbatim. But there we have it. A simple infinity card. There we go. So, I'm going to do a little bit of that. This is what I did. I just went over the parts where the creator of this paper made the holiday lights come out. And then I just put a little dot. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this. Again, I'll put their links to their channels, and if not the specific video I watched, which is more than likely what I will do. Let's be honest. And there you have it. Bob's your uncle, Fandy's your aunt. We have ourselves an infinity card. So I hope whatever you do for the holidays, you enjoy yourself, enjoy your family, or just enjoy your peace and quiet. If that's all you do, is just, it's a chill day. I will talk to you later. You guys have a great weekend. Peace. Bye.